Us in terms of a recovery in bookings, when do you expect that trend to actually start?
Well, it's really started since if one compares since the middle of April last year, when we had all the issues with the ash cloud, and our sales have been progressively improving since then, and we think that will continue as we go through the month of May, because fundamentally we believe our customers want to go on holiday, and their overseas holiday is very important for them.
What are your margins looking like? A lot of pressure on these margins as people try to look for a cheaper holiday?
No, we're happy with our margins. What we're able to give our customers is a choice of length of stay. So there's a number of our customers are taking shorter holidays, but that is not impacting on the margins that we make.
And it won't impact in the future. Are you not trying to lure more customers by giving them better deals? If you look at Europe as a whole, how difficult is it out there to sell a packaged holiday to some of your customers?
I mean, we continue to look and offer great value to our customers, and obviously one of the advantages that we have is that we bought the majority of our fuel and our currency at very attractive prices last year, and we're passing that benefit on to our customers.
So you're saying that you're actually hedged against fuel costs?
We hedged the majority of our fuel last year for this summer, yes.
So by around how much percent, and can I ask you the price that you're actually hedged at?
We don't disclose the actual amounts, but essentially we are hedged for the whole of the summer. But it's on a blended rate, but it's a lot lower than today's fuel price.
Now, you still say that you're cautious on global economic and political outlooks. What worries you the most? Is it here in Europe or just inflation, creeping up across the world?
I think it's the whole geopolitical, it's commodity prices, and particularly the volatility that we've seen in oil, and clearly the unrest that we've seen in North Africa and the impact that that's had on our business.
And do you believe that unrest will continue, or do you at least see some of your customers being ready to go back to a lot of these countries in North Africa, or is there still a lot of prudence out there?
We are seeing a recovery in demand. I think it's fair to say it's relatively slow, but nonetheless customers are going back to Egypt and Tunisia, and there's great deals to be had, and it's very quiet in the resorts, so it's a great time to go.
Will hotels in Tunisia and Egypt have to slash their own prices, and will this continue for the months or even years to come?
They've certainly given us offers to stimulate demand, and I think that's very important. Whether that continues, how long that continues, I don't know. But certainly they've given us offers now to stimulate demand, and that is working for us.
Are you looking at any acquisitions at the moment?
We're always looking at small bolt-on acquisitions, but nothing of any scale.
So how much do you actually have to spend on any possible targets that you're envisaging at the moment?
I mean, typically we spend between 50 and 100 million a year on bolt-on acquisitions.
Peter Long, I just want to really try and get a sense of what is your biggest concern nowadays. You do have to contend with, a lot of political uncertainty, but also unknown fuel prices, and at the same time higher inflation. What are you most focused on at the moment?
I think it's in our UK business, because we've got the combination of high fuel prices and the relative weakness of sterling against the euro and the dollar, and that puts pressure on our input costs. So I guess that is our major concern when I look at the business.
And so does it mean that you'll reshift your business towards less the UK for the next couple of years until the situation here stabilises?
We have a very strong business in the UK. We have Thomson Holidays, which has been the market leader now for some 30 years. So we are always going to outperform the market with that brand. But we can't change the overall environment, which is, at the moment, I guess one would describe as fragile.